All right, welcome back, Scott Ferrell Show. Thank you so much for being part of my day. We have screen within a screen for some real reason. Hey, I'm going to start. Do me a favor when you start your company, don't pass out tequila before you get to the studio, especially when the host is the one doing it. All right, let's get back to this. My guest is Erin Saxton today. As you can see her beautiful little face on the screen. She is the founder and CEO of 11 Communications, but you've seen her on the Rosie Show, the Barbara Walters special, Good Morning America, and The View. Erin, thank you so much for coming on today.
As always, it's a pleasure to be here.
All right, before we get into singles and profiles and how to make that thing shine, what's going on in the world of entertainment with you right now?
Well, with me personally, or just what I think is.
What you think is there?
Well, I'm not sure what's going on with the Kardashians. In fact, everybody had the last name Kardashian, and I don't even know who they are anymore. So I'm not sure when did who's Rob and who's Black. And like I'm not sure what that means. So but apparently they're doing well and then not, and Caitlyn Jenner wants to go back to Bruce. I don't know. It's just it's hard to keep up. It's
You mean, oh, so which one would you pick? Should he stay Caitlyn, or should he go back to Bruce?
who am I to say, really? Sometimes I feel like I have bigger balls than a lot of men I know. So I don't know. I really don't know.
You're a hockey. Yeah, you're a hockey mom. You do have bigger balls than most men.
Most of the time.
All right, let's get to this because I want to talk about being single. You're a single mother, but I want to talk about profiles and dating.
Yes.
What are some of the common mistakes people make putting on their profile?
Well, I don't. Okay, so I have a few pet peeves, and shocking. But so I've been divorced for almost 6 years, and I created a company called Frog Charmer, and I'm literally just an observer of this dating lifestyle, and we're doing a pilot, all these good things happening, and blah blah blah. So anyway, here's what I have for you. I felt like your audience needed to hear my qualifying credentials, if you will, which aren't credentials at all, but somehow I'm not married and I'm dating online, and well, there you go. So when you put, I guess this is mostly to guys and to girls, but I mean mostly to meant for me. But when you put your picture up, and you can always put in different sites, you can put 10 pictures or 3 pictures, but that main picture is a huge choice, right? If you're on Tinder, you only have that one to swipe left or swipe right. Swipe right is the good one. Why put yourself in a group shot? Like, how am I supposed to know? And then if I am able to, like, let's say I like all 10 men in the photo. Like, let's just say I'm attracted to at least 8 out of the 10. I'm like, all right, I've got a good shot here. I'm already annoyed with you, that you're already annoying me that you put up one photo of your. So you put it up, you do it again. You do it again, you do it again, and there's 4 group shots. Well, not all 10 men are the same in each picture, but there's a consistent 4, and at the end of it, I still don't know who you are, so I don't choose you. What are they thinking, right?
They're not. That's the problem.
The other thing is that if I wanted to see pictures of rainbows and waterfalls and places I guess that you like, I would call and date a travel agent. Vacation, right? But if you give me one picture of your dog, and I'm a dog person, so okay, and a group shot, and then the rest are 3 pictures of nature and Tahiti, I'm not going to choose you either. I don't know who would, And then here's the big thing. If you show yourself a lot with the same woman, that means you're looking for somebody to join your little. So that means you're really not single. That's just code for party.
Yeah.
And so they don't want to say, hey, we're swingers, but it's like, I'm the guy. Oh, and by the way, she's really into chicks, so she wanted me to do this.
You put a little thought into this, haven't you?
I've lived this. I,
So have you ever gone on a date and then found out they were swingers?
yes.
Hey, did you take it as a compliment?
You know what I said? I don't swing, but $20 is $20.
I've never had that happen to me. Man, I must live in a hole. That never happened to me.
Well, you just have to come out with me. So, yeah,
All right, I'm coming to New York and we're going out
that
together.
would be fantastic.
Or you can come to Atlanta and we'll hang out one night.
Oh my gosh, me down south with those men, they don't know what to do with
yeah.
me.
All right, so let me get back to the group photo.
Yeah.
Have you ever asked one of the guys you've been on a date with, what's with the group photos?
I ask most of the guys, what's with the shots of the tigers?
The
They're
tigers.
always posting
Wow.
tigers now. Like a few years ago, everybody was doing the kiss the dolphin shot, but now everyone seems to be holding tigers. Where are they meeting these tigers? Like, what state are they in where you can just get in and hang out with tigers? I'm not sure. So, yeah, the guys, when I ask them about the group photos, I've never really gone out on a date with anybody who's guilty of the group photo thing, but
Right.
there are times where they'll say, well, I don't know, it's the only photos I look good in. And I say, I've got an accessory tool for you. It's called Photoshop or editing or cropping. Like, you can still use that photo, but just block everybody out, or at least say I'm the one in the middle in your explanation if you're technically challenged. I must sound awful. I must sound like, but people are truly baffled as to why they're not finding love on
Yes.
these dating sites. And truly, all kidding aside, the men text me and they'll say, I gotta ask, what's wrong with my profile? Like, I gotta ask, what am I? And at that point, my heart goes out to them because I do help
Right.
them. And that's how this whole company started. Not that I'm doing lots of dating coaching, though I can call me, but I can do that. It just wasn't an aspect of but sure, why not? And I share that with them, or they'll say like, well, I'm not sure why I'm not talking to more people. And I'm like, well, are you reaching out? And like, what are you saying? And then I'm reading their text and they can't spell and they're just using caveman speak. Like, I'm talking to you right now. This is not how you're chatting with them, And so it's very cerebral and it is a weird dynamic. And I'm 46. And so I get the millennials. The millennials are not going to have any trouble dating online, but our age group, your
Oh, yeah.
higher, it's not as easy as you would think. It's just not as easy. And there's so many nuances and window shopping and quick to say yes and no. And then you go out on a great date. You really have a connection. You get in your car, you get a ping, and you happen to look, and that person could be back online looking. So what are you supposed to think? Like, oh my God, did they not like me? And yet that's probably not true at all. It's just that no one shuts down the app, and I could go on for hours about this stuff.
It sounds like it. I can't imagine somebody not wanting you. You're like perfection walking.
Mother thanks you.
Hey, yeah, give mom love for me. All right, if you got any questions for us, it's questions@scottferrell.com. If you want to ask Erin a question, send us a text, 706-889-9700. All right, we got about 30 seconds left. What I want to talk about coming back, you're going to stick around with me, right?
Oh my gosh, as long as you'll have me.
Okay, why you shouldn't be Draymond Green on the dating sites. You know what Draymond did this past 3 weeks, right?
I do, but I think in the interest of everyone, we should be talking about it. I mean, you should.
So when we get back from the break, I want to cover that. Then I'm going to ask Erin what specifically you need on your dating profile if you want someone to take you seriously. All right, I'm Scott Ferrell. She's Erin Saxton. We'll be right back.
El Rey and Ella J.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Elgin.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
The 50-50 sale is back at Schottenkirk Ford. 50 trucks must go in the next 50 hours. Shop over 250 trucks in stock and starting as low as $79.95. And there's several more on the lot just like it. Yes, 50 trucks must go, and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. You have 50 hours to cash in on huge savings. Don't miss our 50-50 sales event at Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
While the best athletes gather to compete, the rest of us gather to eat. Pizza Hut's Big Flavor Dipper is here. Almost 2 feet of pizza with 4 flavorful dipping sauces. Big enough to feed the whole team for a small price, just $12.99. The Big Flavor Dipper Pizza, only at Pizza Hut.
The summer sell-down is on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. And if you like to save, the time is now. Get a brand new Chevy Malibu for just $19,700. Loaded Silverado Crew Cab LT, just $33,500. Or a new 2017 Equinox from just $23,700. Days has bonus savings on every new Chevy. But time is running out. Don't miss the summer sell-down at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for being part of my day. Hope your day's going well. If not, it's going to get better because Erin Saxton's in the house with me. Erin, thank you so much for sticking around.
Absolutely.
All right, we were talking about something off. Now we're going to bring it on. We got a couple topics. Don't be Draymond Green, and what in the world's happening with Zac Efron on Tinder? Which one you want to take first?
Let's do Zac because
okay, let's do it.
you know he's a little. It's just a little fun, cute news story. But a few days ago, he said when he joined Tinder, no one swiped him. Well, of course no one swiped him because they all probably thought that was a hacked account, right? So, you know,
right.
I find it interesting. It just goes to show you that even though you're so well connected, at 1 in the morning or 11 in the afternoon, in the morning or whatever, it just, you almost go, well, I want to be in charge of my own dating. And somebody like Zac, or there's a million celebrities out there, they can't really go out. What are they going to say to their publicist? I mean, it's not the 50s anymore. Find me a woman, you know, or or whatever. Like
Right.
it doesn't matter. But and so apparently no one was swiping right for him. And it just shows celebrities really want to find love as well. And so I think he's moved on to showing his affection on Twitter to one of the gymnasts, which we got gold, so that's great, you know. But yeah, he just said no one swiped him, and I thought, me either, Zach, me either.
All right, so
I would have swiped you, Zach.
all right, with Tinder, I've been in the dating game for a long time here. Technically, what is Tinder?
Tinder is if you're going to rank all of the dating sites, Tinder is like your speed dating of quick. You don't know much about them. You can maybe get like a tweet size verse of like a sentence size verse of who they are. If you're lucky, they put your height, because for a taller girl like me, that's a thing. The 5 men that are 5'3" love me. And then I go, what am I going to do with that? Because with shoes, I'm like 6 foot, right? So that's awkward. I already feel like a bigger person. So, you know, you don't know even what town they're from. You just see like 30 miles away, a sentence, and there's the photo. And you got to make a decision. It's a constant dating fork in a road, right? You got to say yes, which is a swipe right, or a no, swipe left. That's it. It takes all the guesswork. You just go yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. And then when you say yes, and if they had said yes, it's pretty cool. A love fire. And then there's crickets. Because then you're like, nice. Text first, right? So you're waiting, and then it's the immediate like, then you're like, well, okay, I'm an adult. I'll go, hey there. Or then you try to think of something too clever. But if it's too clever, then the guy's like, whoa. And if you're like, hi, then you're the cave girl that you also complain about with the men. So you make this quick choice right. You get a match, and you're already at a conundrum of dating.
Right.
So Bumble is interesting, because Bumble is just like Tinder, but the girls always have to reach out first if there's a match. So it's like the Sadie Hawkins of Tinder. So you have to, and there's like a sense of urgency, which, the girls love. Right. You have 24 hours. Should you accept this mission after matching, right? So you still get the fireworks of love, swipe right. And then the girl has to reach out. She has 24 hours. And it's like, so you do it, you reach out. And at that point, I feel like you don't have to sound as clever or not, because I hear the guys are just really happy that the girl was brave enough to reach out. And I don't mean that in a making fun of girls. I think the guys are empathetic to the fact that we have to reach out. And I find most of the time that they're truly gentlemen about it. And then once you text them, then they've got 24 hours to text you back. So, but what happens if somebody texts you and you don't text them back quick enough? You can unmatch them, and like the game still is the game. What's interesting to me about Tinder versus Bumble is the people are prettier on Bumble. I don't know. And I've seen the same men on Twitter as I have on Bumble, and they look better on Bumble.
No group photos?
I'm telling you, there is something in the filter or something in the way Bumble does their photos. I swear, this is going to sound crazy. I haven't researched this. I'm talking out of my you-know-what, but they're more beautiful on Bumble.
So how's your luck been on Bumble?
It's been okay. I do okay on dating. I date well. But what I'm looking for is, I found that I'm meeting really great people now. Like, so after all this time, I can tell flags and blah, 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 and things like that. Right. Meeting somebody is not the issue for me. But meeting the right person and having them be supportive, or me supportive of them, and us parenting the same way, and us having the same parenting schedule. I mean, believe it or not, like, so my son Eric is 11, and he and his dad and I have 50-50 custody. So if I meet a man who has 50-50 custody, which I want to meet a man who has 50-50 custody because I want somebody who's that involved in their child's life.
Right.
Well, if his 50 is at an exact opposite of my 50, it's hard. We don't really make it work because you think you're going to make it work, but the love for the child and the functionality, and you work so hard to make sure everything's amicable. I have a very modern family. My ex and I are friends and everything, but you know, you can't just be switching it around for a date. You kind of feel badly to say like, oh, I'm sorry, and I'm never going to miss a sports game, never going to miss anything for my child, and I don't want the guy to ever want to miss anything for his kids to go out to dinner with me. Like, who am I? Like, what would you do that for?
Right.
So that's the challenge. So meeting great people. So recap is meeting great people is easy, but what I'm learning is just because two people are good people do not necessarily mean they'll be great together.
How about guys like me? My kids are grown. Do you look for guys that kids are already grown out of the house?
Yes. Yeah, in theory, right? I mean, I don't have a lot of rules as far as what I like. I don't want to be that woman, right? So I just have like a height thing for me is like just because I was telling you on the break, I've lost a lot of weight, but in my head I'm still chunky. And so if I'm that much bigger than if I'm taller, like I'm not used to going, oh, well, I'm taller than him. Because I always feel like if I couldn't wear their jeans, I couldn't date them. Because right? So, but now I've lost 80 pounds, which is fun. And so I've literally opened up the gene pool. So
right. Oh,
I
yeah.
can wear more jeans these days. But there's something that psychologically is happening where if I'm dating somebody who might be an inch or two shorter than me, I'm still feeling like a larger person. This has nothing to do with them, and it's mentally everything to do with me, but it's with that because my brother's 6'7", my dad's 6'6", my ex is 6'3". Like I come from the land of giants, literally. In fact, my brother used to play for the New York Giants. So for me, I'm just into bigger kind of men. But other than that, I don't really have any kind of boundaries as far as rules. But if I could meet a slightly older man than myself who still has that empathetic tug as a dad, but their kids are grown, well, no, that's just.
There we go. Yeah. All right, we got about a minute and 20 seconds. How can people get in touch with you, and when is Frog Charmer going to be available for the masses?
Well, I'm already a Frog Charmer on Instagram. We're shooting a sizzle reel and a pilot for a TV show. There's two major industry companies in Los Angeles that are interested in it. And right now we're working a lot behind the scenes, but I would absolutely love to hear from you. So you can find me Frog Charmer on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook at Erin Saxton. You can always send me an email at Erin@11communications, 11 spelled out.com. Smoke signals, artwork too. Call the bat phone, whatever you want.
Sweet. All right. Thank you so much for dropping by. No, I love you.
Love you too.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. That is Erin Saxton, 11 Communications CEO. Take her advice when it comes to dating. She knows what she's talking about. All right, when I get back, I'm going to go back to the mailbag. Got a stack of questions. I know I got to get to them, so I'll be right back.